What's going on, guys? It's the best gamer in the whole wide world right now, and right now we are going to be talking about Arc Raiders, but we're actually going to be doing a PvP build right now for you guys, because this is actually something that you guys been craving for, to change up that playstyle a bit. So this is actually something that I think is pretty good, and it's also, we're going to be talking about the loadout as well. So let's just get right into it right now. So when we talking about the skill tree, one of the things that I love talking about is always going down to the yellow ones. We're going to actually put, in my opinion, 1 point here, and then like always you want to put 5 points here and 5 points here, because like I said, Marathon Runner is one of the best skills in the game. Moving around costs less stamina, and you also have Youthful Lungs, increases your maximum stamina. Both of these skills are absolutely amazing. Now we're going to actually head back. We're going to actually come over here, do slip and slide, because this is mainly a PvP and you will be slipping and sliding and doing a round and pieing. Alright, so what we're going to do is actually grab some points right there. You can go to Sturdy Ankles if you want to, but something that I personally like doing is actually going to Nimble Climber and just putting a point there. Then after that, I will actually do Carry the Momentum, and something that I actually would do differently here is that, so in this build, by the way, for clarification, we're going to actually be mostly talking about when you're actually with your friends. You have 3 people, you're in a 3 group party here, so this is actually something to consider, because we are going to actually do effortless roll and actually do 5 points here and actually do 5 points here. Right now, I think we might as well just pick this up, which is basically vaulting is no longer slowed down while exhausted. It's 1 point. Might as well put a point right there. I go over here to the green skill tree now, used to wait, and I'm going to actually put 5 points here, and then we're going to put 1 point right there, and we put 1 point right there, and we put 1 point for Blastborn. So we're putting 1 point for the gentle pressure. You make less noise when breaching. We put 1 point for the proficient prior, because breach endurance containers take less time. And then we're going to actually do the 1 point for the fight or flight. Now there's a lot of ways that you guys can definitely play this, but this is actually the way that I end up doing it, which is that you fire flight when you're hurt in combat, regain a fixed amount of stamina, and has a cooldown between uses. I actually would put like about 5 points right here. I have a little bit much more skill points to play around with. You can definitely do which either or. I actually like gentle pressure, so I usually put 5 points right here anyways. Then I actually pick up these both amazing skills in my opinion. You're going to do Unburden Roll. If your shield breaks, your first dodge roll within a few seconds does not consume stamina. I think I take 1 point right there, and I take 1 point right here, which is basically the Survivor Stamina. When you're critically hurt, your stamina regenerates faster. And there's a reason why I do that, is because I actually want to both of these points right here, both of these skills are actually pretty decent, but I'm actually mostly going to be going for Turtle Crawl, and I'm actually going to put 5 points here, is because when you are down and you're with your group of parties right here and people are trying to shoot you, it's going to be quite difficult for them to fully kill you when you have a Turtle Crawl. You definitely can put points here if that's what you want to do, but this is actually what I do, and something that I recommend if you're down. You can absolutely do this. There's some situations down but determined. You can actually put some points here. You can put 5 here, because let's say that you're right next to an extraction. Something you should consider. I'm actually going to put 5, actually, the more I think about it. I'm going to put 5 right there, and I would do breach an object generates resources. Might as well take a point there. Loaded arms, your equipped weapon has less impact on your encumbrance. Might as well put a point there. Now we're going to actually go right all the way to the red skill tree, and I'm actually going to put 5 points into Agile Croucher, because I think this is a great skill. I'm going to put 1 point to the Squat, so that way we can pick in-round crafting. Take that point right there. Looter's Instinct. You can actually put 5 points right here. There we go. And Silent Scavenger, you make less noise when looting. You could definitely put some points here. We can actually get it going, or you guys can head back and go over here to the Heroic Leap, and you guys can actually pick up this skill, because there are some buffs with this skill as well, so you guys can actually get these 2 amazing skills right from the tippy top if that's something that you want to do. But in my case, and this is something that I recommend, is just pretty much putting some points here. That way you can get Suffer in Silence. While critically hurt, your movement makes less noise, and you can also pick up the next skill right here, Good as New. While under healing effect, stamina regeneration is increased, taking that point as well. Then you could do Traveler Tinkerer, since we have 1 point, and that is all the skill points right here. This is basically the build that I do, but you can most definitely do something else. You can do this. Just try it out, though. I just want to say that right now. Try it out before you criticize it, and you guys are going to be like, oh, okay, this is actually a great build. Now let's actually move on to the loadouts here. Alright, so right now we're going to actually be talking about the loadout system now. So this is actually really fascinating here. So obviously we talked about the PvP build, it's the skill tree wise, but let's actually talk about loadouts here. So one of the things that I love to talk about here is basically if you are with your other bodies right here, a fun thing to do, and it's actually very like awesome to do, and it's also, and it works out really well in your favor, is that you want to actually have the sniper rifle, and you want to have that also amazing rifle Renegade. And there are some really cool things about this. So there's actually going to be 3 players. 2 of them are going to actually have the sniper rifle and also a stitcher. I think it's actually, this is a great combo because you're covering that long distance and you're also covering that close distance if they were pushing up to you, or you're going to push up against them. But you also have another person as well that's actually a little bit higher, a little bit in the lead, that also has the Renegade. They're working well in the medium distance along with the long distance as well, and they also will be carrying a stitcher. You see, folks, I think this way right here is actually a great way to play, and it also allows you to use some other weapons that are not necessarily meta, but also really are actually good in your own way. You can actually take down some players, and especially it just makes you feel like an American sniper, I'm not gonna lie. So some of the things that I do recommend is obviously you want to carry some grenades, and we're going to actually carry down some mines as well, but don't worry, we will get into that a little bit later because there are some mines in here that I absolutely truly recommend. But as of right now, if you're doing a sniper build, you're going to be out in the open. So I guess mines wouldn't be necessarily super useful for you. For an example, you can most definitely bring up snap blast grenade if that's something that you're into, or bring some other type of grenades. I usually like the snap blast. So I usually, for me personally, I usually bring it all the time. But that's just me though. And I love actually running this style, running this playthrough, because you know, if you have some 2 great snipers that are going at it, shooting and making some pop shots, and you, the amazing man, leading the charge with your Renegade rifle, you're gonna actually get some kills. But let's actually move on to the next playstyle right here, something that I really love to talk about. So if you guys know me very well about this, you guys already know what's the weapon that I'm already going to be bringing up here, and it's actually going to be the El Toro. So the El Toro is one of the most funnest shotguns in the game, in my opinion, especially if you are running jolt mine. So we're going to put the jolt mine right there in the quick use, and also cut me a second right here. Let me actually get the El Toro. Alright, so anyways, let's actually get right back into it now. So basically, this is something that I recommend, and like I said, the mines are so powerful in this game, and I absolutely love these mines. You know, there's going to be some clips that I'm going to be showing you guys because it is so fun to use the mines. It's so fun to get those kills. I think mines are pretty powerful in this game. So in my eyes, I recommend actually using the El Toro, having all 3 of your buddies, all 2 of your, you know, including yourself, of course, and you guys are gonna all run the El Toro. Obviously have some attachments, obviously have some upgrades, you know, you want to level it up, but also you want to run an assault rifle too. Now I recommend this assault rifle, but you can definitely do the Rattler here if that's something that you want to do. The problem I have with the Rattler though is that I feel like it doesn't give you enough ammo to actually kill someone, and I just, honestly, to me personally, I mean, check out my tier list, you mean, if you guys want, but I didn't really, this gun's okay. This weapon is simply better though for the assault rifle, so that way you're attacking at that medium distance as well. Not necessarily long distance, but you can use it for long distance. It's mostly for the medium distance into short distance, but you can obviously switch to your El Toro. But once you plant down your mines, you know, successfully, and you're planting it down in a very interesting way, because keep in mind something that, you know, a lot of people don't know about this is that you can put the mines honestly on ceilings. You can put mines on walls to let players not actually see where it's at, to see they won't actually be knowing like, oh shoot, this dude putting some mines in the most interesting areas. They're not gonna know. So because of that, you can actually stun like the whole team. You guys, all you and your friends can come out through the doors with your shotguns and start to be like, you know, what are you doing here, buckaroo? And then you just start blasting away. So for me personally, like, this is actually a really fun way to play, and it's also, it worked out perfectly well for me, and it works so well to me, like that's the whole reason why I'm sharing this out to you guys, to give you guys this whole new play style, maybe, you know, to really show you guys that you can play with your friends. And if your main goal is to take out players, man, why do it, you know, why do it wrong if you can do it right? Anyways, folks, the best gamer of all time is going to be signing off, but thank you guys all for watching.